Good morning, everybody. So happy Sunday. It's a beautiful day today. I'll show you outside and you'll see. It's gorgeous here in Kelowna. Anyways, so this is day 7, okay? Day 7 of my advanced water fast. I'm gonna go through some things with you now. So I'm gonna go for 9 days, okay? I was gonna go for 12, but believe it or not, starting, well, this week I've got, let me see, 5 shows to do. That's not so bad. Next week I've got 8 shows to do. Plus I've got maybe I'd say, I think it's around between this week and next week, I've got about 14 consultations that I do on Skype and on telephone around the world for patients, from people from emotional right to cancer patients. So I've got to kind of pace myself out. I was going to go 12 days, but then that becomes self-abuse. You know, people will actually go and exercise and hurt themselves. People will actually go fasting and they will hurt themselves. People will actually go on diets that aren't good for them and hurt themselves. Believe it or not, you may not know this, but we either run a hate program or we run a love program. And I'll tell you, you'll know if you run a love program, okay? If you run a love program, you're doing things throughout the day that are giving you pleasure. Yes, in exercise, you'll push yourself and you can feel that you worked out, but you're not going to rip and tear yourself like a lot of people do when they go to work out at the gym. You know, and I'm going to be going through what I believe to be the best exercise in the world, exercises, and you hardly have any movement. And you hold your positions a lot longer. Because in this North American society, you know, even when we go to yoga, we'll do like 50 positions or 40 positions in an hour. I mean, that is insanity. You know, we're always trying to squeeze so much in. I'm going to show you over the next 2 months, exercise, what a perfect day diet is, what the advanced water fasting is, how to do coffee enemas, really get into this stuff and only give you tools that are going to really empower you. And you know what? And they don't have to be expensive. They can be costing nothing. And the thing is, you know what? You're going to embrace this when you become everything. What are you worth? What are you worth? You're going to know what you're worth, because most people will never take the time to check their thoughts. Never. They just think that their thoughts are their thoughts. Well, they're not. Did you ever see a river? Okay. Now, what if that river was running through the city where there's a lot of people and people were throwing garbage into it? Well, just think of your mind like a river. When you're around people that don't think properly, then they're throwing all kinds of garbage into your mind. Oh, wait, wouldn't that be the media? Wouldn't that be the government? Wouldn't that be a lot of the healthcare system right now? Wouldn't that be ourselves? Wouldn't that be all the programming we have? Because, again, from 0 to 7, that's when you learn 70 to 90% of your beliefs that you're going to have for the rest of your life. And I understand this. I love my parents, but I got rid of a lot of beliefs that I got from them, a lot of beliefs. And God loved them. You know what? But they could only give me what they have, and I'm going to pass on lots stronger beliefs. And if you don't want to work on your mind, then guess what? Then you are a frenemy. What does that mean? That means that you don't even know that you're attacking yourself. You're not your own friend. So anyways, I wanted to say that, and I want to give a little bit of that, and then we go into talking about really this next 2 months is going to be really focused on you and what you could do at home, what you can take for yourself, okay? So let me talk about it. So this is day 7. I got up in the morning, okay, and all my old aches and pains are coming to the surface. That's okay. That's all right. Okay, so the first thing I did when I got up in the morning was I did my gratitudes. I did my belly button therapy. You can look things up on my website if you want. You can find them in the Perfect Day Guide or in the Fasting for a Perfect Life, or you can email me at quickstart@docofdetox.com and start playing around, right? But I did those things. Then I came out and I did 25 minutes of beautiful sun. Okay, so understand something. I have a routine called I Love You, Daryl. I respect you, Daryl. I will honor you, Daryl. And if I do that, then I'm going to be in a good mood, which means I'm not going to be in a bad mood, and I'm not going to take it out on everybody else, okay? So when you get grumpy at people for no reason, and you'll think you have a reason, but you don't have a reason, because we don't. You know, when things aren't going your way, you can lay the loving line down and go, no more, and say it with a stern voice, but we do not have to hurt each other, okay? So anyway, so after I did that, then I went and I got a quart of water, okay? I got a quart of water, and here, I want to show you something. Okay, so I got a quart of water, and it was actually this quart, and if you see, there's a tiny bit left in the bottom. Well, you can't see it, but just maybe about 3 or 4 ounces. So, and what I did was I put in 1 level tablespoon of Himalayan salt, okay? Oh, and by the way, last night I did do about 6 ounces of cleansing tea because I felt I was slowing up. But I also did my Himalayan salt. Now, why did I do that? Well, Himalayan salt has lots of essential minerals in it, but probably in a few minutes, I'm going to be on toilet duty. And it's not going to be a regular bowel movement. It's going to come out. And if you think, why is he talking like this? Because I'm going to have probably 100 people, 150 people doing this, and I want them to know everything. So I'll probably have 3 or 4 bowel movements. They'll kind of be liquidy. They could smell. Hopefully they don't. And how much they smell will tell how rotten of a guy I am. Because the more your bowel movements smell, the more you're rotting inside. Ooh, isn't that a pleasure thought? Yeah, okay. The more your armpits smell, the more you're rotting inside. The more your groin smells, the more you're rotting inside. You have morning breath, and you've got that thick coated tongue. Let me see here. See? A little bit of white, eh? But not bad. 7 days. You know, you should try to do a fast until it's all gone, but it could be gone in 9 days, and that's 3 days from now. And that's me. I haven't brushed my tongue or anything this morning yet. So, but if you have a clear tongue, pink tongue, man, you're on a roll. So, you know, your body loves talking to you and telling you about your health. So anyways, I drank the 1 quart with Himalayan salt in it. Okay. But before I did that, let me show you something. So before I did that this morning, when I first got up, I took 1 teaspoon of Merigen, okay? Now, what's Merigen? Oh, well, Merigen is a line of calciums called SAC calcium, and Merigen is the strongest one. We have one that's called Cartigen for the joints, one that's called Dentagen for the teeth and jaw. We have another one that's called Ozogen for children to help them develop properly and for things like ADD and autism. And then we have another one called Megagen where people stay on it just for maintenance. But it's the only ionic calcium in the world that actually pulls all the calcium back into your bones. You give me a person that has osteoporosis and was on Fosamax even for years, and their bones are crumbling. Merigen, if they do it right and they listen to me, they will have the bone structure of a 30-year-old, 40-year-old within 12 months. You heard what I said, and I can back that up, okay? Because there's been thousands of testimonials and studies done on this product. All right. And believe it or not, if you go to look for this product on my website, the FDA told us we could sell it because it's non-toxic and it does everything it says. But guess what? When something's that powerful, you have to actually call in and order it, or you got to go to Quick Start at docofdetox.com and get the 33-page report and the 2 videos I did on it with the actual inventor. Anyways, let me move on. Okay. So I did that Merigen first in the morning. Then I did my saltwater flush. Okay. All right. And right after I did that, okay, I also did my pelvic squat, and I did my pelvic enhancer, which you can go to my do-it-yourself videos on YouTube where I'll show you how to do a pelvic enhancer stretch, which is more powerful than an hour of yoga. And also the pelvic activation squat, which everybody needs to do, because guess what? They stole the greatest exercise from us when they made our toilet into a seat. Because now you don't squat when you poo, so you don't open your pelvis anymore. And that's your root chakra. That's where you get all your energy from. And all that energy and light that goes into where? Goes into your spinal fluid, that goes in where your coccyx is, that's your root chakra, and goes up right to your brain, and it brings in information and communication. So the more jammed up you are in your pelvis, the more jammed you're up in your head, and the more problems you're gonna have. So I still sit on a toilet, but the next time we move, I'm gonna get a squatting one too, right? And I'm also gonna get a duvet so that I can actually wash instead of using toilet paper. Very unsanitary using toilet paper. You know what? I know it's crazy, these things I'm telling you, but you know, I'm just learning things too. I mean, am I an expert at anything? No, I don't know when we ever become an expert at it, because every day somebody's teaching me something, right? Okay, so anyways, so then I did that. And then what I did is I'm going to show you. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if I'll get through well, I know I'll get through those, because you're always kind of thirsty when you're on a fast. And so that's what I'm going to be drinking. But what I did was I put fulvic acid in all of them. Okay, now why would I put fulvic acid in? Well, fulvic acid, the mineral, is so small, it's a micro mineral. As far as I know, we have the smallest particle size of fulvic acid. So what it does is fulvic acid will actually go through your body and pick up any nutrients that's in your body, up to 40. And then it will go into your cells, drop those off, and then it will pick up what? 3 times its weight in acidity and heavy metals. Oh my gosh, on a fast, we want this. Let me tell you something. You know what? People will go on a fast, and they will go on a fast on just water, and they won't even go on structured water. Now, structured water, it has a hydration level of 1,000% more than any other water. If you're doing a fast on distilled water, you know, they say do that because it'll pick up and leach because there's nothing in the distilled water. Well, guess what? That's not true. That's a lie. That was proven wrong. Distilled and reverse osmosis, because here's the deal. Your body has to actually take so much energy to restructure it. And did you know something? That the energy that it takes to restructure the amount of water that a woman would drink or a man would drink would actually, that same electrical energy could actually drive the electricity in a 2,500 square foot home for 2 months. That's the comparison they use. And you can say I'm crackers, but I'm not. When you drink structured water, there's no surface tension to it. You know, if a bug flies on any water, like spring water, bottled water, reverse osmosis, carbon filtered water, you name it, it can walk across, you know, those little water bugs. On structured water, it would drown because there's no surface tension. And also with structured water, it takes away all the memory of the people that drank it. Because, you know, I don't want the memory of some of the people that drank the water, because not everybody has really good feelings and emotions in their body. And this is God's truth. It's actually in there. And also, even if you filter water, you know, you'll get rid of the physical compounds, but you're not going to get rid of the homeopathic part. Like, even if you filter your water to get the drugs out, that drugs are in all water now because people flush their stuff down the toilet, all right? You still got to structure it to get rid of the frequency. I'd rather get rid of all the frequencies than get rid of the physical compound. Did you hear what I said? So everything out there, as far as I'm concerned, is ass backwards, or maybe I am, okay? So anyway, so I always drink structured water. So that's the only thing that I'll use, because it's too labor intensive on a fast. You want all the energy to go towards what? Stem cell therapy. Because guess what? In an advanced water fast, you're going to release more stem cells than anything you've ever done in your life. And if you do an advanced water fast for anywhere from 6 to 9 days, I don't know exactly, but that's like getting $100,000 stem cell therapy. Did you get this? Hey, and I'm not telling you I won't go for stem cell therapy. I'll do that too. But the reality is I'm also going to do this. I'm going to harness this. So anyways, fulvic acid is in all of those drinking water. And then the other thing is here. So the other thing I put in is Ormus minerals, okay? So why would I put in Ormus minerals? Well, because minerals are really important, and Ormus minerals are more etheric. They're not heavy. They don't turn on your digestive tract. Remember something. Everything that I've told you so far will not turn on my digestive tract. The Merigen, the fulvic acid, the Ormus minerals, and I'll talk about the ATP in a minute. Now, if this stuff isn't turning on my digestive tract, it bypasses the Krebs cycle, which means it only increases my fasting capabilities, okay? So now, it's like this. Some people will say, well, Daryl, why are you fasting? Well, for clarity, for youth, for vitality, and to tighten up my skin. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. There's nothing wrong with feeling sexy, with feeling good, with looking at yourself and going, yeah, I got a handle on this, okay? And, you know, people don't even like that word, feeling sexy. But, you know, you fell in love with your partner because your partner was sexy. So you need to understand that. You know, society has taken words like sexy, sex, and made it into dirty words, you know? I mean, we all need love. We all want to be loved. So understand, I'm going to talk the way it really is. I mean, you know what? There's nothing dirty about love. And, you know, I'm not going to get into it now, but I get into it in my I Am Woman masterclass about how we make women feel dirty when they're younger and they go to bed with someone. And then when a guy goes to bed, it's, yeah, man, you're the guy. Anyways, I'll get back on track here. But the reality is I'm not going to leave any stones unturned. All right. The reality is that you are beautiful. Love is beautiful. And you're perfect when you come down to this world, no matter what mistakes you've ever made. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, that which created the universe never needed to forgive you because you're beautiful. Now let's get back to this. So I'm going to drink all of those today. I'm getting really thirsty just from talking to you. And also I can kind of feel it. My energy's waning a little bit. So you have to really respect yourself on this. So when you go on an advanced water fast, you are not going to do any phone call to mommy, daddy, sister, brother, and just chat with people. You're going to, you know what you're going to do? You're going to mind your own business. If you can't mind your own business, then don't go on an advanced water fast with me. Okay? Because guess what? Then you're going to blame it on me. So what is it that you don't have to do? What is it that you can eliminate when you go on this 6-day advanced water fast? And let me tell you something. If you're a really bad eater right now, you're not bad, but your eating's not good, then maybe you just want to do 6 days of the perfect day diet. So go to my perfect day guide and maybe you're just eating better. Hey, let's be good to ourselves. Let's not go in there and just tear ourselves apart. This is why I want everybody to go and look at the perfect day guide right now and start embracing the perfect day diet, okay? Let me see here. I'm trying to keep my focus here. So yes, let me get back to it. So when we do this on the 15th and we do our kickoff, all right, and we go for 6 days, I will be on there every day and I will give up to an hour every day of my time. And you will be able to call in or send your questions in and I will answer them daily so that I'm here for you. I'm here for you to do this, okay? And whether or not you want to buy any product or do anything, and if you can't afford it, still try it out. Still try it out. Everybody can get water. Everybody can get Himalayan salt, okay? And then we'll work around it, you know? Just let's get started. Let's get started on loving, honoring, and protecting and respecting our God-given vessel, okay? Because guess what? When your vessel starts to rot out, your spirit leaves. And do you know how you heal the human body? When you fast, you feed the spirit, and it heals everything. It heals everything. Brain tumors, okay? How about pancreatic cancer? All of this stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that if you do this, it's going to do it for you, because if you haven't done any emotional work, then you're the terrorist. Let me tell you something. I've never met a cancer patient that wasn't angry and didn't have hate for things. And if you've got cancer, you got a disease, you don't get rid of anger and hate, you can forget it. You might feel you're getting better. You might get rid of the cancer, but it's going to come back. You know how many people I know that are in the cancer industry and they're in the natural health cancer industry and their cancer has come back 3 and 4 times? Yeah, they know how to get rid of it, but they don't know how to keep it away. And that's because they don't know the Braveheart way. And that means that you have to work on your God-given emotions, because we came down here to this planet. One of the main reasons we came down this planet is to master emotions. Have you mastered yours? Can you have a real huge crisis, go down and get back into yourself in 30 seconds? I can, because I know I need to be there. Because take a look at anyone that isn't in control of their emotions and they're sick and their life is hell. All right? So anyways, I got off track again. It must be the fasting, okay? Let me get back here, okay? So that's the fulvic, that's the ormus, and that's the ATP, and that's the merogen. Now, the ATP, okay? The ATP we have the only organic ATP in the world. And you go do your homework. It's called Life Crystals. It was made by Dr. George Merkel. And we have ATP, we have pineal. ATP, I take that because I really want my energy up, because you can tell I'm always kind of on the go. And even on my fast, but I do have to pace myself, okay? So today I'm gonna be just at home and working on my porch. And you know what I'm working on? I'm preparing all the clapping classes for you guys. And understand something. You can believe it or not believe it. But guess what? You are going to be your greatest practitioner when I'm done with you. You are going to be so awesome and so proud of yourself that that's going to heal you, okay? So the ATP, it goes in and it fixes your mitochondria, and it creates so much energy. It can regenerate tissue that's degenerating in the body. Dr. George Merkel regenerated his whole heart when he had heart disease. This is all documented. And he regenerated every organ tissue in the body with life crystals. And that's our ATP, our pineal, and our divine vine. And if somebody was doing a fast and they were more emotional, I'd tell them do divine vine. If they were doing a fast and they had, like, let's say Alzheimer's or brain issues, they would do pineal, okay? And then I'll do this about 6 times a day, and I won't overdo it. I'll just do like a half an eyedropper or to an eyedropper 6 times a day. But remember, it's a 5-carbon sugar, so it bypasses the Krebs cycle, so it doesn't turn on your digestive tract. So we're going to do everything not turning on your digestive tract, but my God, we are going to turn on you, okay? So make sure you start doing your homework. Make sure you go and get my quick start. So at least go through the Perfect Day guide, watch the Perfect Day video, go through the Fasting for Perfect Health guide, which it's in my library if you go on my website, and you can watch videos for both of these things. And then if you don't want to do that, go into the guide to where the Perfect Day diet is and start on that right away. And then look at the Fasting for Perfect Health and look at how to do an ultimate coffee enema. All right? Okay. Now tomorrow I've got like 45 questions already, and they're not about fasting. So I've got to answer everybody from last week. But I promise you, I'll figure this out after I see my schedule, and I'll start answering questions, and I'll let everybody know how we're going to do it. But that's why I don't want to do this until the 15th, because you know what? Every time you got overexcited and you rushed something, that was your subconscious. Every time that you got excited and you were calm and connected to your breath, that was coming from your heart. So don't tear yourself apart and rush into things. But lovingly push yourself that every day you go, I'm impressed with myself. Because guess what? You are impressive. And remember something. Your potential is unlimited. And don't you let those buggers out there give you anything else in your mind, okay? The government has gone to hell in a basket, as far as I'm concerned, but we will not, okay? This is why I want to come into your homes, and I want to come into your hearts, and I want you to know something. You are so greatly loved.